All right, so look, we got stuff going on in our house today. So we got to clean our house and like clean it. And I mean like clean it good because it needs to be like deep cleaned. It hasn't been deep cleaned in like a hot second, right? So I am running our robot. She's vacuuming and I'm going behind her with another vacuum, cleaning up, you know, like edges and stuff that she's not going to get, right? So I'm pissed off at my teenager this morning because I am walking through my upstairs hallway and two of the small kids in the house are like, ew, what's that smell? And I'm like, oh my God, that's dog shit. And I know the dog's not out of the room, so I go to open the door to the bedroom. Well, what happens? The bedroom door runs over a fucking dog turd. Now there's dog turd smushed on the floor, on the bottom of the door, across the floor, and other places where this dog has shit in my carpet, right? So I'm like, I am trying to calm myself because I don't even have any Zoloft in my system right now because I gotta get the sleep study done. So I'm like, oh God, normally I'd be like, really? Like, dude, clean the dog shit. And like, but now I'm like raring. I'm like, dude, clean the dog shit. Like that, right? Because now I'm just angry and I've not had my Zoloft for like, I don't know, a week or something. So you can imagine the adjustment between having something that helps you to not having nothing within a week, and I self-weaned myself. So there's just all kinds of badness going on up in this house, okay? Right, so anyways, that's how my morning started. And I'm like, oh no, we're not playing that. So I'm prefacing this story, tell you why I'm pissed off at my teenager. So I wake him up and I'm like, Christian, get out of bed! And he's like, what? He's like, I let him out. That's his excuse. He's spitting excuses at me from the moment he hears me come in his room and I'm like, oh, he's spitting excuse. I let him out. And I don't know. I think he's talking about last night. I don't care if you let him out last night. He done shit in your room this morning, right? So, and keep in mind, the dog pooping in the house is like happening daily. Marley's about 11 years old. He's a pit bull. His average expectancy is like 13 years. And he's got some problems with his back hips. Regardless what's going on, I know somebody's going to jump on me and be like, you're such a biatch. But the dog's shitting in the house. And I mean, we're not talking like little goose turds. We're talking like full-grown man shits, right? So this dog is pooping in my house almost daily. I'm done. So I'm mad at my teenager this morning and I'm not letting go of it very easy. Like I'm annoyed. We checked all of our cameras, the security cameras around the house. I know that he let the dog out. He didn't let the dog out and escort the dog outside like I've told him to 100 times. So I already know he didn't do what he was told. Hence why the dog is not going to the bathroom outside. Anyways, let's just skip past that. So anything that needs to be done this morning, I'm like, call Christian. He's going to do it. He has no Xbox today. I know his world is probably ending. He's probably in mourning right now because he has no Xbox. So I have to steam mop our hard floors, which is essentially our entire first level, right? So I have this really nice Shark steam mop. And it's not hard to operate. Makes your life really easy peasy if you're not being fucking dumb. Right? So I told him before he even started, I'm like, start in this section where I already cleaned underneath the table and everything, and you need to push and pull. Like you're working on this push and pull, you know, type, whatever you want to call that shit, right? So he walks up and he's like, first off, he's pushing the steam mop through the kitchen before it's even plugged in. I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, what? And just like walking to like where I need to be. And I'm like, no, pick it up and carry it. And he's like just being a typical teenager, right? It's not a Christian thing. It's a fucking teenager thing. So then I tell him, start in this area. Well, what does he do? He pushes the steam mop up once with one hand in his pocket. I'm setting y'all up to understand where I'm at. One hand in his pocket, one hand on the steam mop, pushing it up, then moving over to the next set of boards and dragging it back. And I'm like, no. And he's like, what? Like, I'm doing it. What? And I'm like, I told you, you gotta go like this. And you push and pull, push and pull, push and pull, push and pull. This is how I'm feeling, right? So he's like, oh, God. Okay. So one hand, he's... And I'm watching him, and my blood pressure is climbing. And he's got a hand in his pocket. I'm like, put some elbow grease in it, son. And he's like... And I'm like, bend down, grab it with 2 hands, and push! At this point, I feel like I am a freaking Marine drill sergeant because this is how angry I am. So anyways, we've gone through about 20 minutes or so of him learning how to steam mop the hard floors and doing it wrong, to where you'll notice I'm sitting outside. I'm sitting outside because I feel like if I don't step away, I'm going to have an aneurysm. I'm so angry, and I just am waiting for my husband to say something, and I'm just sitting there in the kitchen looking at Christian like this. And then I look at my husband like this. Waiting for him to say something. And I'm like, I'm walking outside because I'm about to kill 2 motherfuckers up in here. So I'm going to go back inside, and I'm going to try not to kill anybody because we're supposed to be having Friendsgiving at my house today. And that means you got to be like showing shit you're thankful for and stuff. And right now I'm just like, I just want to kill somebody. So say a prayer for me. Peace.